Workers at government mortuaries in KwaZulu-Natal are calling for an improvement at some of the facilities. Union Nehawu says some of the facilities, including the one in Phoenix and another at Fort Napier, have been in a bad state since the July unrest. Joining us now is Mazwi, Ngubane, Nehawu's secretary for the Gwala region. A very good afternoon to you, sir. Thankful for your time. So, if things began to get worse in July of last year when the unrest happened, was everything going perfectly before then?
Thank you very much for having me. No, in fact, this problem started very long before the looting and also everything that took place in July last year. It's been happening for a very long time. In fact, many problems started during 2012 migration from SAPS to Department of Health. You'll remember that forensic pathology services was with the SAPS before, but in 2012 there was a migration from police services to Department of Health, and unfortunately most of the workers were placed on a wrong salary levels, and now the facilities, because in fact there was a picket on Tuesday. That picket of the workers was a culmination of the frustration that has been brewing over years on the atrocities of the ever poor working conditions within the forensic pathology services, where our members or employees of the department are subjected to a very bad state. And we also demand the implementation of the sustainable model for the professionalization of forensic pathology services. Yes, in fact, there are so many challenges that have been reported by our members in those mortuaries, and where the fridges are not working, especially in Phoenix and also in Fort Napier, Epitamarisburg. The fridges are not working there, and the corpses, the condition is getting very bad, very bad. Unfortunately, the department is not listening to the workers, and the workers are also demanding immediate uplifting of the moratorium and fill the vacant position in all of components in forensic pathology services. 2012
was 10 years ago. Why has there been a failure to address some of the long-standing issues?
It has been a very long time indeed. Unfortunately, we are faced with the employer who is very arrogant, and the employer who is inhuman actually, because that's what we can say. Because we raised the same grievances in 2017 and again on 2018, but they promised to rectify these problems. Unfortunately, it's continuing just like before, unfortunately. And we are left with no choice now but to embark on an industrial action. Although we cannot call it an industrial action, because we gave them a memorandum and gave them an ultimatum of 10 days. Should they not respond to our demands, we will be left with no choice but to tell our members not to go to the place that is putting their lives in jeopardy, unfortunately. So automatically, they will be shut down.
Would that then be limited to those two mortuaries? And if so, how much would that affect overall services, pathology services in the KZN area?
Yes, because these two, in fact, it is not limited to these two. Most because it's a Bahrain, they are experiencing the same problems. Fort Napier and Phoenix as well. You will remember that the Gale Street mortuary was closed, which caused or put more strain on the shoulders of the workers. Unfortunately, because the department decided to unilaterally take the decision to close that mortuary, and most of the problems are also caused by that decision. We still think that it was very a bad decision to take. For sure, the whole province will be affected, unfortunately. As much as we sympathize with the community, because they are not our enemies. Unfortunately, the department is fighting with the workers, and unfortunately, the community will suffer the consequences. That is very unfortunate, because we will face another pile-up of corpses,
right.
And also, yes, there will be no other funerals, unfortunately.
Let's talk about corpses, because you've also flagged in your statement, I see, an issue to do with faulty cold rooms. What does that mean then for the ability of A, you to do your work, and B, families to be able to bury their loved ones in, this, for lack of a better phrase, the best state possible?
Yeah, it is very unfortunate that there are, in fact, in forensic, there is a standard operation procedure. It says if the person, if they take a person from somewhere, then that person must be put in a fridge for at least 7 days. Should that person stay longer, after 7 days, that body must be taken to a freezer after 7 days. Unfortunately, there is absolutely nothing working, and the condition of those corpses, you will not like when you can go there. Unfortunately, those fridges that are not working are putting the state of corpses or bodies in a very, very bad state. People are rotting there, unfortunately. Even that place is stinking even from the gate. When you enter in the gate, you can smell that bad smell from a long distance. That is very unfortunate. You cannot work there. You cannot breathe when you are there. I went there to see what our members are faced with. Even your garments or anything that you're wearing, when you come out, you will be smelling. You will not eat for the whole week if you can go there. I don't know how our members are managing to work under those circumstances that are subjected to.
And the bodies that would be there for this extended duration of time, what kind of bodies, which people would have been kept there for so long?
Unfortunately, there are people who have been there since 2010. 2010. It's been almost 12 years now. There are bodies, there are people that were exhumed from snatching area in 2010. Those bodies are still there. There are other people who are not known. They call it a corpus. There is also a policy of the department that deals directly with copper burials. But unfortunately, the department is not implementing that. They are keeping the bodies for many years there. They are failing to bury those people because there is a standing policy. We say after 21 days after advertising or putting in the media or newspapers, if you can find the relatives, then after 21 days, the department is supposed to be burying those bodies. But unfortunately, they are not doing that, and they are rotting there. Unfortunately, our members are subjected to that. 12 years they have been there.
Mazwi, Ngubane, absolutely shocking allegations that you're making today. We'll take these up with the relevant department. For now, thank you so much for your time.